Namaste and welcome to Devi Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit and welcome to day 4 of Navaratri. So in the previous 3 chapters of the Devi Gita, we really see the stage being set for the Divine Mother teaching her secrets to the Mountain King Himalaya, who in this story is to become the father of the next incarnation of the Divine Mother. So tonight is going to be one of 3 days during this Navaratri period where, in order to squeeze 12 chapters into 9 days, we're going to be covering 2 chapters in our scripture. And so I'm going to first read and do a puja for chapter 4, and then I'm going to sign off just temporarily, get a new program going, and then we'll do chapter 5. One other thing that I'll mention is, again, one of our viewers requested the puja mantras for the 10 Mahavidyas, and got kind of busy today, but I intend to get those emailed tomorrow. And if anybody else would like those mantras, please email me at my channel. Tonight, we're going to be honoring the 4th of the Dasha Mahavidyas, the goddess Bhuvaneshwari. And Bhuvaneshwari is the divine, nurturing, and healing mother. She has strong associations with the heart chakra and the life force. And her mantra just happens to be the mantra we've been discussing these last 3 days, the Mahamaya mantra of Hrim. And so that'll be the mantra that we'll be chanting both before and after each of the Sanskrit recitations and meditations. As always, I invite you to say hello using the chat function, and let's go right in to our story. And again, namaste and welcome. So, chapter 4, the goddess as the supreme cause of creation. And the goddess spoke, "May all the gods attend to what I have to say, but merely hearing these words of mine, one attains my essential nature. I alone in the beginning, there was nothing else at all, O Mountain King. My true self is known as pure consciousness, the highest intelligence, the one supreme Brahman. It is beyond reason, indescribable, incomparable, incorruptible. From out of itself evolves a certain power renowned as Maya. Neither real nor unreal, it is Maya, nor is both, for that would be incongruous. Lacking such characteristics, this indefinite entity has always subsisted. As heat inheres in fire, as brilliance in the sun, as cool light in the moon, just so Maya inheres firmly in me." And Maya can translate to mean illusion or enchantment. Into that Maya, the actions of souls, the souls themselves and the ages eventually dissolve without distinctions as worldly concerns disappear in deep sleep. By uniting with this inherent power of mine, I become the cosmic seed. By obscuring me, its own basis, this power is prone to defects. Through its associations with consciousness, Maya is called the efficient cause of the world. Through its evolution into its invisible realm, it is said to be the material cause. Some call this Maya the power of austerity, others call it darkness, still others dullness, or knowledge, illusion, matter, nature, energy, or the unborn. Those versed in Shaiva works, this is early Tantra works, call it intelligence, while the Vedantins, Vedanta is a non-dual Hindu philosophy, call it ignorance. Such are its various names found in the Vedic and other sacred texts. Since Maya is something we can perceive, it has nature of non-consciousness, matter. Since knowledge destroys it, it is not truly existent. Consciousness, its root, something we can perceive, that we perceive is indeed non-conscious. Consciousness is self-illuminous. Nothing else illuminates it. It does not even illuminate itself, for that would lead to the fallacy of infinite regress. As an agent and the object acted upon are distinct entities, so consciousness itself is like a lamp. While shining brightly, illuminates what is other than itself. Know this, O Mountain King, for thus I have demonstrated that consciousness belongs to my own nature and is eternal. The visible world appears and disappears constantly in the various states of waking, dream, and deep sleep. Pure consciousness never experiences such fluctuations. Even if this consciousness itself became an object of perception, then the witness of that perception would abide in the real pure consciousness as before. And so those versed in religious treatises regarding the real declare consciousness to be eternal. Its nature is bliss, for it is the object of supreme love. The feeling, let me not cease to be, let me exist forever, is rooted in love for the self. Certainly there is no actual relation between me and all else, since all else is false. Therefore, I am regarded truly as the undivided whole. And that consciousness is not an attribute of the self, for then the self would be like an object. In consciousness, no possible trace of the object state can be found. And so consciousness has no attributes. Consciousness is not a quality separable from consciousness itself. Therefore, the self in essence is consciousness and bliss as well always. It is real and complete, beyond all relation, and free from all illusions of duality. This self, however, by its own power of Maya, conjoined with desires, actions, and the like, through the influence of the prior experience ripening in time, in accord with the law of karma, and by confounding the primal elements, being desirous to create, begins to bring forth. The resulting creation, devoid of intelligence, will be further described to you, O Mountain King. This extraordinary form of mine, which I have mentioned, is unevolved and unmanifest, yet becomes segmented through the power of Maya. All religious treatises declare it to be the cause of all causes, the primal substance behind the elements, and having the form of being, consciousness, bliss. It is the condensation of all karma. It is the seat of will, knowledge, and action. It is expressed in the mantra Hrim. It is the primal principle. So it is said. Out of that primal substance arose ether, endowed with that subtle quality of sound, Then arose air characterized by the quality of touch, followed by fire characterized by the visible form. Next arose water characterized by taste, then earth characterized by smell. Ether has the single quality of sound. Air is endowed with touch and sound. Fire has the qualities of sound, touch, and visible form. According to the wise, water has its four qualities of sound, touch, visible form, and taste, so they say. Earth has its five qualities of sound, touch, visible form, taste, and smell. From those subtle elements came into being the great cosmic thread, which is called the subtle body. It is proclaimed as all-pervading. This is the subtle body of the self. The unmanifest is the causal body, which I mentioned earlier. In that lies the world seed, from which evolves the subtle body. From that, by the process of fivefold generations, the gross elements. 5 in number arise. I shall now describe this process. Each of those elements previously mentioned shall be divided in half. 1/2 part of each element shall be divided into 4, O mountain. By joining the undivided half of each element with one of the quartered fractions of each of the other 4, each element becomes fivefold. And they produce the cosmic body or gross body of the self. From the aspects of lucidity residing in the 5 elements arise hearing and the other. Organs of sense, each from a single element, O king, but from the lucid aspects of all the elements mixed together, arises the internal organ, single, yet fourfold by reason of its different functions. When it wills or wavers, it is known as mind. When it knows decisively without doubts, it is called intellect. When it remembers, it is known as recollection. When it functions to assert the sense of I, it becomes the principle of egoism. From the active aspects of the elements arise in order the organs of action. From each a single element, but from the active aspects of all the elements mixed together comes the fivefold breath. Upward breath resides in the heart, the downward breath in the bowels, the middle breath in the navel, the ascending breath in the throat, and the diffused breath throughout the body. The 5 organs of knowledge, the 5 organs of action, and the 5 breaths, along with the mind accompanied by the intellect. These constitute the subtle body that is my own rarefied form. Therein is the principle called nature, O king. It is twofold according to tradition. One aspect characterized by lucidity is Maya. The other aspect, mixed with all the qualities of nature, is nescience. That aspect which clearly reflects its own substrate is known as Maya. In that Maya appears the reflected image of the universal ruler. It is called the Supreme Lord. He is aware of his own substrate. He is all-knowing, all-doing, the cause of all kindness. But in nescience, the reflected image is partially obscured, O Mountain King. It is then known as the individual soul and the abode of all suffering. Now these two here, the Lord and the soul, they said to have 3 bodies through the powers of nescience. By identifying themselves with the 3 bodies, they also come to have 3 names. The soul as the causal body is named intelligent, the subtle body the brilliant, the gross body the all. Thus are its three divisions known. In like manner, the Lord is known by the term the Lord of the cosmic soul and the cosmic body. The soul is regarded in the individuated form, the Lord as the aggregated. That universal Lord himself, through his desire to favor the soul, creates the manifold world anew. With its store of various enjoyments, the Lord is ever sent forth by my power, having been conceived in me, O Mountain King. Om Jema. 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 So I invite you at this time to make yourself comfortable and prepare for our puja and meditation. For anyone joining late, we're going to be honoring the Mahavidya goddess Bhuvaneshwari. So I invite you now to close your eyes and breathe deeply, letting go of the cares of today and tomorrow, focusing your mind and your consciousness upon this present moment. And again, remembering that part of your life that is ready for healing or transformation. Asking the Divine Mother for her assistance, and knowing that the energies of our pujas tonight will be focused toward that healing, toward that resolution. So bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center, let us open our practice with the Maya Bij mantra, Hrim. Inhale. Hrim. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavistam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah. Jai Ganesha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Kailase Patona Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Narayanye Vidmaye Bhuvaneshwari Dhimai Tano Devi Prachodayat. Jema Bhuvaneshwari. Om. 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 Jema. 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 So I invite you now to again make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. Begin once again breathing slowly and deeply. And let the sound of our mantras and scriptural verses carry your awareness to where it needs to be at this moment. Om Hrim Namah. 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 Om Namas Chandakaya. Om Namas Chandakaya. Om Namas Chandakaya. Devi Uvacha. Surun Vantu Nirjara Sarve Vyaharantya Vacho Mama. Yasya Sravana Matrena Madru Patvam Prapadyate. Ahamevasya Purvam tu Nanvatyat Kinchina Gadipa tadatmarupam chitsamam vit parabrahmakai namakam apratakya manirtes yamanam pam yaman amayam tasya cha chisvata Siddha Shaktir Mayati Vishuruta Nasati Sya no Bhaya Tamavrodhata Etadvila Kisyana Kachit Vastu Pitaste Sarvada Pavakasyo snanate yeva musnam suriva didita transya chandrikivayam ameyam sahasya druruva tasyam kamane jivanam jiva kalascha sanchare Abedena vilana susupta Payavaharavat Svashaktesa Samayogadam Bijat Matam Gata Svadarava Varanat Tasya Dosatvam Chasamagatam Chaisanyasya Samayoganimi Tatatvam Chakatyate Prapancha Parinamacha Sama Yavitvam Uchayate Kichitam Tapaisya Ustama Kichi Jadambhare Nanamayam Pradhanam Cha Prakrutim Shakti Mayajam Vyasatetam Prahusarva Sastra Visarade Avidyametare Prahurvedatat Chintaka Evem nanavidhani shurnamani nigamadisu tasya jadatvam drustyat van gananasyat tatosati Chaitanya so nastruyatvam drustyat vejadameva tat svaprakasham sachaitanyam naparana prakasitam anavasta dosya satvana shivanape prakasitam vakarma kartri vridoda syatasmat tatipavatsmayam Prakasaman amanyasyam vasyakam vide pavata atevacha nityatvam siddhasam vitanurmama jagaratsvam nasuptaido drusyava vyabhicharata Samvido vaya bhikarascha nanobhutosti kaitit Yate tasyapyanyo bhagavas tahyam hayayam menasakshina Abhuta saivatra sistra samvidva purpura Atayeva cha nityam vam Proktam Sachastra Kovidaya Ananda Rupachasya Para Primaspadat Vata Manabhuvamahi Voyasamiti Primatmanestiti tam Sarvasya Nyasya Mityatvada Sangatvam Sehutam Mama Apirinchinata Prevamanta Evamata Mama Tachananam Natmadharmo Dharmatve Jadatatmana Nanasyan Jadasasyatvam Nadrustam Nachasambhave Chidharmatvam Tastanaste Chidasinahi Bihidyate Tasmadatmananarupa Shukarupascha Sarvada Satya Purno Piyan Sangascha Devta Jala Vivarita Sarpunakama Karma Dyoktaya Sviyamayaya Purvano Bhuta Samskarat Kalakama Vipakata Aviva Kacha Tasvaya Sisruk Savan Prajatyate Abudhi Purva Sargoyam Kataste Nagadhipa Etadyeyan Maya Proktam Mamarupa Malaukikam Avya Krutam Tadakyam Tam Mayasa Balamityapi Prosyate Sarvasastresu Sarva Kanrana Karanam Tatvanamadibutam Sasachidananda Vigraham Sarva Kamagana Bhutamechanana Kriyasrayam Rinkara Mantra Vascham Tada Ditadvam Tadusyate Tasmadakasya Utpana Sabdatan Matra Paka Bhaved Sparsatmako Vayuste Juropatmakam Puna Jalam Rasat Makam Paschatato Gandhatmika Darya Sabde Kagunasyo Ya Vayus Pasara Vandita Shabas Pasya Rupagunam Teja Ityuchayate Bodhaya Shaptasparsa Ruparse Rupoveda Gunasmrutuita Sabdaspasa Ruparasya Ganta Pangarunadara Tebyo Bhavan Mahat Suram Dadingam Parachakisate Sarvatmakam Tasyam Proktam Suksma Deosyam Atmana Avyaktam Karano Dyasya Chokta Purvamevahi Yasmin Jagad Bijarupam Stitam Likod Bhavavata Tata Stulani Bhutane Panchikara Namagata Panchasankiyane Jante Tatpra Karastvato Sayate Purvaktani Cha Bhutani Pratyekam Vibadet Dvidha Ekaikam Bhagamesya Chaturda Vibadet Giri Svavedarad Sem Yojanat Pancha Panchate Tatkaryam Chavyadaya Stuladeos yamatmana panchabhutasta svamsaya srotrandinam samudbhuva nanentriyanam rajandra prayekam milatastutaya anat karanmekam syad vritebeda chaturvidam yadatu sankalpa Vidapa kuryam tada bhavetan manaita bikaim syad buddhisanam chayade pavet snunischam samaya hinarupam anusandanarupam ta chitam chaparikirtitam jankrutyatma vrutatu Tadahankaratam gatam Tisam rajam serjantanti Kramat kelmendriyanicha Pratyankami litastaitu Prasobhavati panchadra Hiruti pranogude pano Nabistastu samanaka kastadasye pudana skadvaina sarvasa virga ganendriyani panchaiva pankaramedriyani cha pranadi prankaram chaiva disvacha satamana Eta suksmam sarim sayamamalingam yadosayate taraya prakrite proktasa rajandvi vidas mumrita. Yad Riti prano gude pano nabistatu samanaka kanta desye purudana sayadvana sarva sariga ganendriyani panchavacha panchacha medriyane cha pranadi paracham chaivadi cha satamana etus yuks mamsariram Syan mama lingam yadosyate tatras ya prakruta prokta sarajanvi vidya samrita satvatmika tu maya sadhya vida guna misrida svasrayam yatu samsrakistya mayetin nigadayate Tasyam yat praptibhyam svat bimba bhutasya chesyata sashvara samakritya sasraya gnanavan para sarvagan sarvakarta sa cha sarvanugrahakaraka avidyayam tutat kinchid Pratibimbam nagadipa Tavita jinsam nam sayat sarvadu kasrayam puna Tvadyo ripasim pruktam deyatraya maividyaya deyatraya bimanacha ya punamatrayam puna Pratmastu karanatmas yakshuks made tu tajaisa stulade tu vishva yastrivaida parakritita eva misopi samprokta istutravi ratpadaya pratamo vristirupastu samastyatma parasimruta hahi sarvasra varasyakta shavin yograna kamyaya Karot vividam vishvam nana bogasriyam puna machakti pririto nityam mai rijam prakalpita Om Om Rim Namah 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 Om Rim Namah. Meditating in a place of stillness and silence. Feeling the energies of the mantra and the verses. And the awareness that they have produced in you as an individual. Just staying with that divine power for a while, breathing, relaxing, and experiencing. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, becoming aware again of your surroundings, the sounds that you hear, the feeling of your body seated where it is, temperature of the air, and any other sensations. Taking another deep and clearing breath and slowly moving your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, arms and legs. Bringing the palms of your hands to heart center. Thanking the Divine Mother for her presence in your life and listening to the words of our benediction. Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Savada Sadike Saranye Triambake Devi Naryane Namostute. Om Sana Bhavatu Sana Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavadita Mastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Bhuvaneshwari. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Blessings always, and thank you. So, this ends our first broadcast for the evening. This will be a good time to take a little break. We'll resume at 8 o'clock, and we'll share chapter 5 of the Devi Gita. Again, thank you very much. Welcome any questions or comments from emailing me at my channel. Thank you again, and see you in a few minutes.